We will now go through the presentation, and in the meantime, anybody needs any clarification, please stop me then and there, and then we will do. And what we will do, we will now go to the cloud computing. What is cloud computing? So we will try to demystify the term cloud computing. And what is the architecture? Somebody was asking how cloud computing works. So we will see that. I fully agree with you. It is more of technical matter. So let's not really worry in case we are not able to get it fully understandable. But still we will do that. Then how the architecture works in cloud computing? What are all the architecture which is used there? Technology. What are all the benefits? And what is the challenges and concern? Somebody was talking about data storage, and somebody was talking about certificates, what we will be doing. So we will be looking at those aspects also. Now, we go to the a general definition of cloud computing. Okay. See, it is just a definition. There is nothing like this is the right definition or this is the only definition. No, it is a definition which all of us can understand. It's just a term used to describe a new class of network-based computing that takes place over the internet. Two things we should now remember. Cloud computing can happen only when you have an internet and working internet connection and a working internet. So this is a very, very important. It's like your Gmail. If you want to access your Gmail, then I think you need an internet and it should be working. So all of us know that. Apart from that, I don't know, any one of you have used Google Docs? Google Docs. Can somebody answer me, please? Google Docs. Yes. Google Docs. People have worked, people have used or not?
Yes, sir, we are using that, sir, actually, Google Docs.
Can you please explain what it is, Mr. Bharat Kumar?
No, it's a Google Docs is one of the cloud documentation, like we are using MS Office, MS Word, Excel, no. So that like you can use in online itself, sir, all those things.
So does that mean that you need not have the MS Office package installed in your desktop or laptop and still use the Word, Excel and all? Did I understand properly?
Yeah, actually we don't need any softwares for that, sir. Actually just we can sign in to Google itself and we can use it Word, Excel or slides, all those things, sir. So to the cloud itself we can use it.
So cloud itself, you can do the computation, and you can use the Word, you can generate contracts, whatever it is, and then you can share it with your other colleagues, or you can share it with your family members, and then you can give the rights to them for making some changes and all. So otherwise, what will happen in the normal system? You make one particular, let's say, a worksheet, and you want to send it to your colleague, then you have to mail it to him. He has to download it, make some changes, again save it, again upload, and then send it to you by mail. So this takes time, whereas cloud computing really takes off all this paraphernalia complication so that you can start working on a cloud, create a document, and then save it, and then share it with, you can give permission for others to open it and then make some changes and all. This is you can say a basic cloud computing, and many of us must be doing it day in, day out also without actually calling it as a cloud computing. Because you have Gmail, everybody, whether you have a Gmail, Rediff mail, or whatever mail, iOS mail, or any mail, when you are using a cloud, and that cloud keeps your mails, and as well as if you are given some attachments and all, they are also kept in the cloud. Okay, so this becomes very, very easy for us to keep it in the cloud. Okay, now what happens? Now it is basically a step on from utility computing collection of group of integrated and networked hardware, software, and internet infrastructure called a platform. Using internet for communication, and I have told you, and transport provides hardware, software, networking services to clients. So all these things are definitely needed. Now, we will go to the next one. So these platforms, what do? They totally hide you the complexity and details of the underlying infrastructure from users. Okay, you use your Gmail, fine. But where does your data reside? In which country computer it is there? How it is fetched to you? What kind of an infrastructure? All these things are totally hidden for you because the underlying infrastructure is totally hidden because it is not needed. It is like the dining table, what you have, and there is a kitchen. What happens in the kitchen in the hotel, you are not really aware. For you, the eating items or the lunch or the dinner or the tiffin items comes to this one. Fine. So that is how it works. Okay. Now, in addition, the platform provides on-demand services. That is, can somebody tell me how much of free space without payment Google is giving to you?
15 GB,
GB.
15 GB. Okay. Yes. What happens? And every time when you are seeing the mail, you will be seeing what is the total space that you have used so far. You must have seen, many of you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, what happens if you are running out of space? What does Google tell you?
You can pay.
Yeah, please go ahead, madam.
We can make an additional payment and get extra storage.
You can make the additional payment and get additional storage. That is what it says. You can have a demand service. I want additional space. That's a demand. We will be able to do that. Okay. That is how the Google works. So you can have and pay in use as needed. Elastic. That means if you want more space for maybe 2 months, you can take additional space. And after that, the jobs are over, then you can come down to your space and then tell the service provider, I don't want so much. So let me reduce my space. That means it is elastic. Whereas you buy a hard disk or you buy a hard disk for your desktop or for a laptop because you are going to use a bigger one, that hard disk is tied up with you for lifetime. You cannot go and give back the hard drive saying that I don't need 2B anymore. Please only give me a 500 GB hard drive. Will any shopwala give you back? No, he's not going to give because it is a bot. It is a totally your own. Whereas in cloud computing, you can reduce or you can increase your space or whatever is that according to your requirement. Now, the hardware and software are available to general public, enterprises, corporations, business markets, all those things. Okay, fine. So cloud computing is an umbrella term used to refer to internet-based development and services. So number of characteristics define the cloud data. Okay, application services, infrastructure, all those things. Okay, fine. Now, cloud, where it is hosted, somebody was asking this question. So it is remotely hosted. Where it is really hosted, we may not be knowing because many companies. Yeah? Anybody has a question? Can others put on their mic on switch off mode so that it doesn't disturb the others? Okay. Now it is remotely used, remotely hosted, and at a different place, and it services or data are available from anywhere in the world. See, it is not that you have a Amazon when you want to buy their services on cloud computing. Maybe their system or the data is kept in some other country or some other continent, whereas you will be able to use it anywhere. Like Prime movies, whatever you are seeing, you are able to see from anywhere those movies these days, all the OTT platform and all I'm talking. Then it is all commodified. Okay, it is a it is basically a complete like a gas and electricity. You pay for what you want, not that you end up totally having tied up with a particular facility. So we will come to this architecture. So before architecture, does anyone has any doubt? You may please ask me, please. Whatever we have now